Hi, I'm Jo, drama therapist at Phoenix. So last week I talked about the 3 stages of play: embodiment, projection and role. This week we're going to look at the projection stage. But first of all, we're going to start with a few games. Islands is the cushions and the fence and the chairs. They're all the island. What you don't want to do is to go in the grass, because the grass is the sea. And what lives in the sea that might get you? A shark. But you can only stay on the island for 5 seconds. So I'm going to count and then you have to move, okay? 5, 4, 3. Gotcha! Gotcha! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What if Simon says, then what do you do?
Then you do what he.
If I just tell you what to do, what do you do?
You stay in what he told you before.
Okay. So Simon says, jump up and down. The next stage on from embodiment is projection, and in projection stage is all about responding to the world and interacting with the world outside of the body. So different objects. It's important that the child is allowed to make that transition between the 2 stages at their own pace. You might find that they have a transitional object that they bring with them. So that might be something like a comforter or a blanket or a piece of jewellery that's been given to them by somebody, or a special soft toy or something that's significant and brings them a bit of comfort. And this is really, really important, because that transition can be quite daunting, especially if that child's been subject to ridicule or being told that what they're doing isn't good enough, or they have anxieties about kind of showing and exploring and using things. So classic examples of different forms of projective play can be things like painting and drawing and slime and clay and Play-Doh and building bricks and Lego and there's so much, puppets and mask making, all those kind of creative exploratory games. So what I'm going to do on this video is introduce you to water beads and a couple of different types of slime. And so water beads, if you haven't used them before, you just pop them in a bowl with some water and leave them overnight, and they go from being teeny tiny to being quite huge. And they're gel, so squidgy and soft, but they're a very kind of different texture and feel. They're great in terms of just being able to play, giving you a fidget toy and things like that. But they're also great too. Here I've put some inside a balloon. And what I would ordinarily have done if I had more balloons at home was to put a second one around, but it just gives you that nice fidget toy sensory object. I popped some in a bag with a little bit of water, which is quite nice, just again for that sensory feel. And another thing that you can do with them are create different scenes for play, otherwise known as invitation to play. And here's one I set up with just some of the toys and the objects that I have. It's important to bear in mind that too many colours and too many different things might be overstimulating for some of your young people. So these are the lovely cards that I was introducing you to earlier, and they're from a company called The Imagination Tree. We're going to use today the slime recipe from these. What you need for that slime is contact lens solution. This is just one from Boots. What's really important with that is it contains borax. You'll also need some standard PVA glue, some bicarbonate of soda, and whatever else you want to add to it. So you might want some paint, or I've got some glitter paint, I've got some different sequins and some star glitter. It's mixing together the glue, of which I've got 1/4 cup, and the bicarbonate of soda, and giving that a good mix. You can add some paint in at this time if you want to. I'm going to go for a little bit of red. And then we just add the contact lens solution, which is 1 tablespoon, and I'm using less than that, so I've got about 1/3 of a tablespoon, so I'm using 1/3 of the recipe. And let's see what happens. Oh, already kind of coming together. There we go. This makes it super stretchy. And I know that a lot of the children that I work with absolutely love slime at the moment. As I said, what you can do with that is you can add in any other ingredients that you might want to. I'm going to go for some stars. Next, we also have some oobleck. So oobleck is the stuff that I remember from my childhood making, and that is literally just corn flour and water, and you just mix it to whatever consistency you like. And what you'll find with oobleck is that it's hard to touch, but it's also a liquid. And you can add to that, again, various different sequins, glitter, and I've got quite a lot of different food colourings. So you could do like a marble effect, or you could choose different food colourings to add to it as well. For the fluffy slime, it's again just the standard ingredients. So the glue, and the bicarbonate of soda, and we're going to go for a little bit of blue paint. And then to that mix is the equal quantity of, this is shaving foam, not shaving gel. And then we fold that in. And then when that's been folded in and mixed together, that's when you add the magic ingredient, the contact lens solution. This is a really nice texture. It's going stringy. It does need a really good mix. You can tell when it's nearly ready because it starts to come away from the sides of the bowl. Again, I've made this with quite a few of our young people, and it can be too sticky or too gloopy for some. It just needs more mixing. And as I said, the recipe cards give you instructions of how to make it less sticky or to change the consistency. And what you can do is experiment and try adding a little bit more contact lens solution, or add a little bit more bicarbonate of soda or something else, and get it how they want it to be. And there we go, that's a couple of different types of slime. And the next video, I think I'm going to show you some recipes for some different Play-Dohs and how you can create those. Thanks for joining me, and I will be posting another video next week. I think I'm going to go and wash my hands and give this to my children to play with.